The film Lady Bird uses the narrative theory to drive the narrative while its movie progresses. Though it begins with a mundane sort of atmosphere, while showing the protagonist Lady Bird and her mother in a car ride, it quickly throws the viewer into disequilibrium when they begin arguing and Lady Bird jumps from the moving car. This sets up the combative dynamic between mother and daughter for the remainder of the movie. Moments of equilibrium in this film would be when Lady Bird gets a boyfriend, Lady Bird and her friend Julie land good roles in their school play, and Lady Bird begins applying for colleges. Conflict eventually arises from each of these points later on. Lady Bird gets cheated on by her boyfriend. Both her and her acting teacher don't continue to work on the play, and she gets rejected from multiple colleges. Lady Bird's character also begins changing the most after the narrative takes a turn as a result of the obstacles she must face in the midst of this segment. After trying to get a new boyfriend and choosing a new circle of friends, Lady Bird is now surrounded by personalities that leave negative impacts on her and cause her to rebel against herself for the first time, rather than her mother. This leads her to lie and do things against her faith and values. Facing the consequences, we see Lady Bird attempting to take back control of her life. She makes peace with her ex-boyfriend, who comes out to her. She makes amends with Julie, and the two go to prom together. She also gets accepted into a college in New York with the help of her father. Lady Bird becomes an adult by the end of the film, during the re-equilibrium segment. This is not only proven to the viewer through her legal status, driver's license, or new apartment in New York, but her newfound maturity and willingness to grow. Starting a new life, she attends church out of her own desire for the first time. She begins to view her surroundings in Sacramento with a new mindset, and most importantly, she chooses to be the bigger person in regards to her relationship with her mother after they have a bittersweet goodbye. Lady Bird uses her given name Christine at the end of the film to show that while she is still independent and unique, she now chooses to go about this in a non-rebellious way. Becoming more comfortable with her identity, Christine's character arc wraps up in what is a seemingly simple yet powerful acknowledgement of gratitude towards her mother. While the film Lady Bird is about a teenage girl, anybody can see themselves in the shoes of the characters presented in the film. Some mothers may resonate with Lady Bird's mother and the feeling of wanting to get closer to their child but not ever knowing how. There are certain topics that are only mentioned once or maybe twice throughout this film, like Julie's infatuation with her teacher, or Lady Bird's brother having a different ethnicity, or the topic of abortion or religion. And although they are not main themes, they are all things that make the film itself feel more real. The film does a good job at capturing Lady Bird's emotions and reflecting that onto the viewers. They make you feel frustration during the arguments with her mother that feel like they're not going anywhere. They make you feel isolated when she moves to New York and leaves behind the cast of characters that we've grown to know throughout the course of the movie. Lady Bird is made up of all those little moments and showing that the intricacies of human life are what make up the bigger picture. So in the end, I enjoyed watching Lady Bird, and I thought it was very interesting.